You know, when you think of ancient civilizations, what comes to mind? Probably ruins, right? Dusty artifacts in a museum, echoes of a world that's long gone. But what if I told you one of those ancient worlds, well, it never really ended? Okay, let's get into this, because today we're talking about Bharat, or India. Not as some relic, but as a continuous, living civilization. It's like a great river of culture and knowledge that's been flowing for thousands of years and is still shaping our world right now.
And that's the absolute key. I mean, think about it. Ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, Rome, they're history lessons. We study their languages and rituals like something from the past. But in India, the very same hymns composed millennia ago are still chanted today. Ancient philosophies are still guiding people's lives. It's an unbroken chain. This isn't a civilization you just read about in a textbook. It's one that's alive. You can still experience it.
So how did this happen? What's the secret sauce behind this incredible staying power? Well, for that, we've got to go way, way back, right to the source, to this ancient wellspring of ideas that built the whole foundation.
I mean, just look at the time scale here. It is mind-boggling. We could be going back 8,000 years to the Vedas, some of the oldest spiritual writings on Earth. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just about spirituality. You see advanced geometry in texts called the Sulba Sutras for building these complex altars, way before Pythagoras was even a thought. You have a surgeon named Sushruta performing incredibly complex operations. And then there's Aryabhata, who figured out the Earth spins on its axis over 1,000 years before Copernicus. It's just incredible.
And out of all this incredible thinking came one idea. An idea that would literally change everything. And it didn't even start as a number. It was a deep philosophical concept called shunya. It means the void, nothingness, but also the potential from which everything can begin.
Yeah, it's just a simple circle. Looks so simple, right? But this symbol, this idea of zero as an actual number, was a gift from India that basically unlocked the modern world.
So why is this one little number such a huge deal? Well, without it, forget about the simple decimal system we use for, everything. Modern algebra, calculus, physics, impossible. Oh, and that phone or computer you're watching this on right now, it runs on binary code, a language of ones and zeros. Yep, our entire digital world, every single bit of it, owes a massive debt to this ancient Indian innovation. And the innovation wasn't just in math. Let's talk about medicine. We mentioned Sushruta, who was performing things like skin grafts, cataract surgery, and even nose jobs, rhinoplasty, over 2,500 years ago. His texts list more than 125 different surgical tools. And alongside that, you had Ayurveda, this whole system of health that understood the deep connection between your mind, your body, and your spirit, an idea that modern medicine is only now really starting to catch up with.
So, with this amazing foundation, you get this explosion, a classical age where knowledge and art weren't just flourishing, they were organized on a scale the world had just never seen before.
And I just love this parallel. Think about Silicon Valley today, right? The global magnet for the best and brightest in tech. Well, centuries before that, India had knowledge hubs like Nalanda University. It was the place to be, pulling in scholars from all over Asia. Kind of like how Bangalore attracts global tech talent today. It shows you this tradition of being a knowledge hub is really baked into the culture.
And Nalanda was no small-time college. We're talking over 10,000 students and 2,000 teachers at its peak. And they came from everywhere. China, Korea, Tibet, all across Central Asia. They were there to study everything from medicine to math to logic. It was basically the ancient world's Ivy League campus.
You can literally hear this spirit of continuity in India's arts. This quote about classical music is just staggering. Imagine, you could go to a concert today and hear musical scales and modes that were first written down 2,000 years ago. The dance forms, the epic stories, it's like a living, breathing connection to a very, very old past.
And the engineering genius from back then? Wow, it's literally set in stone and steel. I mean, how on earth did they lift an 80-ton block of solid granite 200 feet in the air to build the Brihadiswara temple in the 11th century? No modern cranes. How did they carve entire multi-story temple complexes out of a single mountain at Ellora? And don't even get me started on the Iron Pillar of Delhi, a piece of metal that has stood there for over 1,600 years without rusting. It's pure genius.
All right, so let's fast forward to right now. You might be thinking, okay, that's all amazing ancient history, but it's not. That same spirit of inquiry, that same drive to figure things out is still very much alive. It's just that it's traded astronomical calculations for actual rocket launches. It's a direct continuation. First,
What does that mean? It means being the first nation in history to successfully get to Mars on its very first try, a feat nobody else had managed. And get this, they did it on a budget that was less than what it cost to make the Hollywood movie Gravity. Let that sink in for a second.
And then there's this number, 104. Back in 2017, the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, set a world record. They launched 104 satellites into orbit on a single rocket, one trip, just an incredible show of efficiency and skill.
And yet, another historic first. In 2023, India became the first nation ever to successfully land a spacecraft on the really tricky south pole of the moon. See, these aren't just cool technical achievements. They're powerful symbols of a nation fully re-emerging on the world stage.
But India's impact today goes way beyond space. It's often called the pharmacy of the world because it produces a massive amount of the planet's affordable medicines. It's the world's back office, a giant in IT services, and it's doing all of this while being the largest and one of the most vibrant democracies on Earth.
So what's the common thread that runs through everything, from ancient surgery to modern satellites? Well, it's a story of incredible resilience and a really unique approach to unity that holds a timeless message for all of us.
This ancient line from the Rig Veda might just be the foundational principle of the whole civilization. Truth is one, though the wise call it by many names. Just think about that. It's an idea that says, hey, there are many different paths to the same ultimate reality. It fosters acceptance. This philosophy is the bedrock of India's amazing ability to absorb and bring together so many different cultures, faiths, and ideas for thousands of years.
You know, a really powerful way to picture the civilization is as a giant banyan tree. Its roots go super deep, down into that ancient philosophy and science. The trunk is massive and strong, representing how it's weathered millennia of challenges. And its branches, they spread out, sharing knowledge, culture, and shelter with the rest of the world.
So you see the thread, right? It's unbroken. You can draw a straight line from the deep philosophical questions of the Vedas to the invention of zero, through the living traditions of music and dance, right up to the rocket scientists launching missions to the moon today. It's the same spirit of inquiry, adaptation, and resilience, just flowing through time. And that leaves us with one last big thought. In a world that so often feels fractured and divided, here is a living example of a civilization that has thrived for millennia, largely by embracing diversity. As Bharat continues to rise and shape the 21st century, its long journey offers a profound lesson in how to build a future that's both deeply rooted in its heritage and boldly looking forward. So the real question is, what can we all learn from that?